Hello.
Who, me?
No, you.
Oh, right, everybody else.
No one's in here yet. It's an early show. It's early because it's late there. It says says we got one person. I'm super excited for that one.
That's
person.
maybe me. That's me.
Is it you watching you?
I don't know. Maybe I'm watching myself. Let me
check. You watching on YouTube?
I wonder if I got any questions I would like to ask myself.
I was gonna share. Let me share something on. We're at a really weird time right now for my audience, I guess. But I got a sacrifice to get you on.
Oh God.
You know.
What did you sacrifice?
A small sheep.
A small sheep? God.
Let me see here. I want to share something on my Instagram for people. It says my connection's unstable, which is kind of weird, but that's not normal. Everything looks fine.
Feels like me.
No, it's not you.
I'm unstable. No, I'm unstable.
Oh, we got two people. Unless that's me.
Hey!
People will come in. It's just the middle of the day for everyone. I'm going to share.
Hello, you two people. How are you doing? Do you like comics?
I want to share something on Instagram. Just so some people, I forgot to do that because we were talking.
Okay.
Either way, they'll catch it on the rerun. I'm sure people will jump in here and there.
Bring it up to 3 people.
Yeah, I'm doing my best. Oh, everyone's gonna be watching later. You got the most famous. I got the most famous artist in the world on.
That's it. The most. Holy shit! That's a low blow there.
Oh, you don't want to be
the most famous in the universe. What about that?
All right. Yeah, it's a early show. That's okay. I shared this. I said, come watch.
Oh, like that. Wonder who drew that.
That's one of my favorite. Painted, right? Or drew.
Oh yeah, he painted, yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hence all the paint beside it.
So we got some people in here. They're happy. They're awake.
Holy shit!
Here, they're coming in.
What sort of time is it? Your place?
Here it's 1.
What, like lunchtime?
Yeah, and in New York or East Coast, it's 4.
Okay, so everybody on your side are eating their sandwiches and stuff, are they?
Yeah, I haven't had my sandwich yet.
What would you be eating? What would you be eating if you were?
Right now, I'm on a diet, so nothing important.
Oh crap!
salad or whatever.
You get 2 pieces of bread, right? And just put
I can't even eat bread.
Put sand in it.
No bread.
Or what about sand on sand then?
Just sand with a little
bit of sand on top. Yeah.
But usually we would go about 4 hours from now.
What?
Is when I would go live.
Oh right, I thought you meant you'd go for like 4 hours of like a podcast.
But this is good for all the Europeans, I think, and the Australians, and everyone. Well, I don't know what time.
Yeah.
Anyway, you guys,
all 3 of them.
Yeah, this is Ryan Brown, guys. I don't know if you know who he is, but he's been on the show before.
I dare you.
It's been a long time, and I miss him.
Yeah. So I miss him as well.
He's here, man. We had a call on the audio last night.
That's it on the audio. Yeah. Well, that was it. Was that this morning?
2 nights ago.
2 nights ago, was it?
Yeah.
Losing track of.
But
time.
Ryan's been super busy with his house and his cat. Look at this. We can see part of his new house.
Oh, part of it. Yeah. There's pieces of
it's like the
window.
What's the movie where the ghosts are in the house? 13 Ghosts.
Oh yes.
It's all glass.
Right. There's a ghost here and a ghost in there.
There's a lot of ghosts in Ireland.
Ghosts. Oh God, yeah. There's tons of them. So many.
Have you ever seen one?
No. I would love to. It'd be really like that's my thing, you know. I love like all horror stuff and ghosts and all that sort of stuff, you know. We used to well, when it's Halloween, we would go to graveyards and stuff. When it's not even Halloween, we'd go to graveyards and wander around, and we'll have this competition. I don't know whether I told you this before, but me and the wife go, and what we'll do is the first person to find a human bone in the graveyard, then the other person has to buy the drinks. So then if we go to the bar afterwards, then the loser, right, the one that didn't find the bone, has to like ceremonially like go onto their knees and like hold a drink up and hand it to the person in the bar. And, yeah.
I totally believe you.
It's true. It's not a lie.
I know. I totally believe you. So
yeah,
it's a weird game.
Yeah, and we would run around the graveyard, running around looking for bones.
So the graveyards are that old where the bones are just right on top?
Oh, yeah. We went to one at a place called Carrickfergus, and I think it's like at least 900 years old, this graveyard. And there was like pieces of hip bones, spine, pieces of skull.
You would just point at them, though. You wouldn't take them?
No, we wouldn't take them. No, we're just pointing.
Do you think it's bad luck?
Well, I mean, what would you like to like bring bits of bone in your house?
Well, I mean, but if I was dead,
yeah,
and I was buried, and I knew there were people up there looking for my bones,
yeah,
that'd be kind of weird.
It would be weird.
I'd put a curse on you.
You'd be like this. Where's my bones? Wouldn't you?
This is
why I'd go, that looks like a bit of an Americanish bone there. Let me go and pick it up.
Look how big that bone is.
And then you'd be like, don't touch me bones. Don't touch me bones.
You're giving me a burner. So you've been doing covers like nonstop, man. What? Can you announce okay, well we'll get there, because I like just talking to you about normal stuff, like, because right now it's like I'm seeing my buddy and I want to talk.
Is this normal? Is talking about like finding bones in graveyards normal?
I think it's fun, normal stuff. I never did that before. I always get weirded out most of the time at graveyards. I just, one of the things that you know how when people have like an OCD where if they're walking down the street and there's squares, they can't step on the lines.
Oh yeah.
Like I have that same thing kind of when it comes to graves. Like,
oh, really?
I don't want to step
like
on anywhere where someone could be lying. I feel like it's disrespectful or something. I don't know.
They don't mind.
I know that. But that old saying, it's like someone's walking over your grave.
Oh, yeah.
That saying must have came from somewhere.
And but let me say this, right? See, there's a lot of really, really old graveyards over here. And, a lot of the times the headstones fall over. So, like, there's no marker anymore for where the grave is. So, like, when you're walking around these graveyards, like, some of them are on hills. They're all got up the way, and it's like you're walking all over graves everywhere, you know? And
no, I get it.
You know,
I've been to the graveyard in I've been to some special ones, like the one in London.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I saw Jim Morrison's grave, and
is that in France?
Is it France or London?
I think it's France. Yeah.
Why do I think
Paris or something?
I think it's London. I don't know. Anyway, I've seen it. And I mean, it's all graffiti and everything, but those are old, man. Those are like, classic Dracula stuff. I mean, there's big things everywhere. There's nowhere to walk. It's just slammed.
Well, I'll tell you something if you like all that. When we were in Dublin, you know, Dublin's maybe about, I don't know, 3 hours drive from Belfast. You know, Bram Stoker, right? Bram Stoker,
Yeah.
not Stoker, but Stoker. Bram Stoker, yes, Bram Stoker. He was from, well, I think he's from down south somewhere. I don't know whether it was Dublin, but he visited a few times these catacombs that are underneath an old church in Dublin, and you can go in there and there's like all the coffins sitting out and the bones and mummified bodies. The mummified bodies are just lying there with all these coffins all stacked on top of each other. And when you go into one of the catacombs, you have to step over all these mummified bodies to you can go in to this where there's like a crusader lying. He's lying on the ground. And you're allowed to rub his finger. It's supposedly good luck. But when you get in, it's like a little cave, man-made cave, and there's mummified bodies all over the ground, and they're in coffins, and they're all like this, and you're stepping over them. You actually step over them, and that one is something like 600 or 700 years old or whatever it is.
That seems like bad luck.
It's crazy because you're in there and it's like a little entrance, underneath this church. You have to go down these steps, and it's creepy as hell. And Bram Stoker, who wrote Dracula, he supposedly went there a few times, and that had a bit of an inspiration on him.
Yeah,
that along with a lot of other stuff as well. So, interesting, creepy stuff like.
Yeah, that makes sense. Mm-hmm. I went to Julius Caesar's grave.
Oh, interesting.
It's you go in this, like, if I remember, because it was a while ago, you go in like this tunnel into this like cavern.
Okay.
And there's a freaking giant rock. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's huge, dude.
Really?
It's like maybe this half of this room,
and
it supposedly lays on top of it. I'm pretty sure that's Jules. I took a little rock off the rock.
Oh,
is that bad luck?
It is bad luck.
And I took a piece of the Colosseum off the.
Oh, that's even worse. That's double bad luck there.
There's a lot of cats around there. Colosseum. It's really weird.
Did you take one of the cats back?
No. But they looked at me.
Yeah, I mean, see, Rome. Yeah, Rome has a lot of cats.
Isn't it? You've been to Rome?
Oh yeah.
Isn't it, to me, it was like the most amazing place I've ever seen.
It's brilliant. And the ice cream is amazing. And the chocolate ice cream is like, people told me about this before, and I was like, this is all rubbish, the people overinflate everything, and but the chocolate ice cream is the best in the universe.
I thought absolutely it was pistachio, but I think that might be the other not Venice, but
the chocolate is the best. Absolutely the best.
I don't remember. I remember doing the pistachio, but not there.
Okay. Yeah. No, I love chocolate.
Like the Vatican and all. It's just the things were so gigantic.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for you went in the Vatican, right?
Oh yeah.
For you, that had to be like you felt at home. I might guess.
Why?
Because of the amazing art in there.
Oh right. Yeah, it's like there's a lot of art around Rome generally.
Well, sure, the whole place is, but in Rome, it's these giant paintings. I mean, they're massive.
Oh yeah.
Do you look at them and go, "Yeah, that guy's okay"?
It's impressive stuff. It's impressive stuff. I always wonder how long it took them to paint each painting.
They're gigantic.
Yeah.
Some of them.
And how much preparation, and did they have like people, like understudies working with them that were doing bits of the background and stuff, and all that sort of thing, how much all the magic you don't see, it's all kind of behind the scenes,
like at Disneyland where they put the outfit on in that secret door.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yes, just like that.
When I was a kid, I found the door somehow. And they came out and he's putting his Pluto hat on and it ruined it for me.
Oh, shit. Was it all downhill from then on?
Yes, it was horrible.
God damn it.
You don't want to know what the people underneath those things, man. There's a reason they're in costume.
Yes.
Speaking about
costumes.
I don't know, we're kind of jumping all over the place, but so
Yeah. Okay. Comics.
Yeah. So there's an announcement. They've just made an announcement. Do you want to talk about that? The one that you showed me a minute ago?
No.
Come on. So I'll say so. Yeah, I can talk about it, right?
Yeah.
So there's a new High Republic book.
Oh yeah.
And it looks like you're going to be doing the cover A's.
Yes, there's a. I think that it's a short. It's like those oversized comics. It's those, and I think there's only 2 issues of it, as far as I know. So I'll be doing both the covers and stuff for it.
Can you show us the first?
Yeah. Here's the first one. Oh right.
I'm so excited that you're doing the covers, man. Like,
is that focusing or anything?
Yeah, go down a little bit. The other way.
Like that?
Go down. Okay, so it's High Republic Eye of the Storm.
Oh yeah. There you go.
Is that like what kind of helmet is he holding? Who is that? Is that a new character?
It's some guy, just some guy.
Is that Kylo? No, that's the swirly spiral guy.
That's the swirly. Yeah, that's right.
The Neil? No.
I can't remember his name.
Neil.
I can't remember his name, but it's something complex. Some complex name. I just can't remember at this present moment. See, a lot of the Star Wars names are so complicated. It's they just do not go into my brain.
It's
do you know what I mean?
really
it's
bad
like,
too.
You're like, it's like, is that 2 names? What one's the first name? What's the second name?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm doing those, and I'm doing a Sabretooth cover at the minute.
Oh, you're not. Is that a regular cover or is that an exclusive?
It's direct from Marvel, so it may be a variant.
Are you not
allowed
Marvel
to talk
about it? Or you just did?
Just did.
We're not allowed to see it though till it's done.
No. I'm sort of working on it over here. I can show you the paintbrushes that I'm painting with.
Oh, nice. Some yellows and look at that. Look at that's amazing. Look, there's yellow. See? Little. Don't look too close.
So I can show you those, but yeah. And I did see, because whenever we were trying, it was complicated with this coronavirus. All the kind of moving houses and stuff took so long. It took us maybe about 6 months, and so I kind of slowed a lot of my work down and tried to deal with this to kind of get in. So I've been trying over the last maybe 2 months to try and catch up with everything that I missed then, because I had to decline a lot of covers and stuff, but so I've did a lot of covers recently, and I don't see the problem is I don't know whether I can actually talk about it. It's like
I can show. Look, to give a refresher for people, I can share your site. Let me go ahead and share it so we can.
Oh well, my website's so under. I mean,
is it really? You haven't worked on it?
It's extremely out of date.
What about Instagram?
Instagram, yes, yeah, probably Instagram's better because I kind of try and keep that up to date, with all my work and stuff.
So I've been talking. Okay, so the SICKOs, right? So we have a little group, and no, that's the wrong Ryan Brown. Let me see here. That's got to be frustrating. You guys, things are so similar.
Oh, the names?
Yeah, I wonder if he gets they're following him, and they think it's you.
I think working in comics, there's maybe about 4 Ryan Browns.
Yeah, it's a pretty common name for out
weird.
Here.
Yeah, I didn't think it was, but it's kind of.
When you were deciding on your name, you're like,
that's right. Yeah. I think it'll be called Ryan Brown.
So,
What's this? Oh, it's Instagram.
This is your Insta. Like this one you just showed this recently. The new
Oh yeah, yep.
Fear State Scarecrow. I think this is the type of stuff you love is the horror. So this is so perfect.
Yeah. Some of the stuff you have to be a wee bit careful with when you're doing certain comics for certain companies or whatever. You can't really go overly scary with them. You have to kind of
you had to tone this one down on DC. I think they're usually pretty.
Yeah, I had to tone it down. Yeah, horror stuff like.
Do you just have blood and stuff everywhere or something?
Blood with certain companies and stuff is a problem. You're not allowed to have. You can have it with different colors, but you can't have it red.
Yeah, I see how you have it darker, and that's interesting that you can't. I mean, of course, Dynamite you can have the whole thing blood.
Yeah, it depends. Just certain, certain companies sort of have different rules or whatever.
What is this Dracula thing?
That was another podcast I did.
What?
Oh,
just joking. Is this new?
Correct. Yeah, that was dragged through Marvel as well. I'm not sure when that comes out or if it is out or what.
Man, this is a serious cover right here.
That was Reptilian.
Yeah.
Garth Ennis and Liam Sharp.
That's got to have that. You must have enjoyed that one.
Yeah. I like doing all the monster stuff. I'm actually working on a project at the minute that I can't say what it is, but it's a Marvel project. But I'm doing a lot of different characters and stuff.
Yeah, that's really cool. They're redoing Marvel Zombies. I can't wait to see your stuff.
He
can't say
it's not going to work.
I have a feeling that's what it is, though.
It's not going to work.
This is your little wall. Yeah, you're okay.
Oh, yeah.
So I just bought this.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, I'm excited to get that, man.
I love doing that one. Yeah, I want to do more Lady Death stuff. It's kind of trying to fit everything in the schedule. It's like supermarket sweep, as I've said before. It's like, I want to draw Dr. Doom, and then I want to draw whatever Lady Death. I want to draw Batman, and I want to try and go through loads of different characters. Get opportunities. If you get the opportunity to do different things, then it keeps it exciting. I think keeps it kind of interesting that you're drawing different people all the time.
If you had a choice, what would you want to end up doing? Is there a dream? Do you have a dream of like a certain style, or do you like to do tons of different things?
I do like to do different things. I really do. I love working on the Marvel and DC characters. Love it.
Hulk is dope. I love that.
Thank you. That was actually for Sideshow Collectibles.
That's amazing. Is that going to be a print?
It is a print already. You can buy it over at Sideshow Collectibles. Yeah. It's a limited edition G clay print.
So I like how they're featuring your stuff over there, which was a big announcement. Now you already announced the other thing, right, with the other company?
What was that?
It was Batman. I'll say that.
Oh yeah. Not really.
Well, we didn't say who, but I thought you announced that a while ago.
Oh well, yeah. I'm sort of working. I'm still working with Prime One Studios. Still working with those. Yeah.
Yeah, you did like a commercial and everything. It was very professional.
I did indeed. I can even show you the commercial.
We're going to talk about your professionalism for a second.
Don't.
Oh yeah, we're gonna
no.
So look, you guys may have seen Ryan on the channel before in the last year. He's been on a lot. And of course, we've both been very busy and wanted to talk, and this is it. But he's a super goofball. So he's a lot of fun. But let me tell you something. As professionalism goes, he is a very, like, I was just talking about some stuff, and man, I felt like I was getting scolded for not being professional enough. He really, what do you call it? Crosses the T's and dots the I's or
Dots
whatever.
the I's, yeah.
I think I said it backwards.
No, it doesn't matter. See, what my sort of theory on things is, you need to do it as to the highest of your ability, but you can obviously enjoy yourself as you're doing it, you know. So I think if you're joking about, sometimes people don't take you too serious, you know. But I don't like to talk too much about what I do. I like to just show people what I do rather than, you know, try and, because I think sometimes it comes across as a bit kind of fake if you're trying to over talk about your work, you know. If you just show people what you do, then they can make the decision up themselves. But generally, I like to have a bit of a laugh and mess about, you know. So just kind of when I'm working on art, it's extremely serious. It's mega stressful, serious stuff. So whenever I'm actually
shut down, you basically, you know, I've talked to you multiple times when you're doing something, you're like, I gotta go. I have to, like, you just do you listen to music or do you do anything?
It depends.
Is there like, I know some artists that will listen to certain music to get them in the mood for a certain piece.
Yeah. See, it depends on how much concentration you need to use, you know. If you need to really focus, I would have utter silence. But if I want to kind of lose myself where I'm detailing something or working on stuff that I know what I'm doing roughly, you kind of just let yourself go and you know, it's sometimes better to put something on that's not going to take too much of your concentration, but just take a bit of it away. You know, like documentaries and stuff that are playing in the background, you know, and stuff.
Yeah.
It really depends on the situation, you know.
I do the same thing when I'm working. I think a lot of us do, just put something on the background.
It depends what you're doing, you know. Sometimes when you're drawing a face and you have to kind of get it right, you know, you really need to focus on it. So I try and drown everything out and just focus on that face, you know. And that's my cat on that picture.
Oh yeah, I remember
Simon. Yeah, so
yeah.
He is like a gingery cat, but he had to be white for the cover. So
yeah, they wouldn't let you do the ginger.
Yeah, wouldn't let the ginger one. So damn it.
Bastard. He had to be that way for the color of the cover.
For the cover, yeah. Well, because
if he was that color, it'd pull away from her.
Yeah, well, for the black cat, you know, for the actual cover, they said, well, she only has black or white cats, so you know, they wouldn't allow me to put a color. Yeah.
Well, it's not saying. I don't know. I really love this Batman Who Laughs. That thing.
That one, yeah. It's kind of when you're. I usually
wanted to buy that from you.
I know it's gone. Yeah.
I know it's gone.
A lot of the original covers sell very fast. They're usually gone. I mean, some of them are gone before they're finished. The paints are finished.
This was one of the greatest. Well, for us fans that love these two, this is one of the best regular covers that you could have got. And of course, this was like cover of the year last year for me, maybe.
Yeah. Was that last year? Was that last year?
Gotta be.
I think it was the year before, wasn't it? Because like we were all locked down last year.
Oh shit!
Wasn't it?
Right.
See, that's the thing. We've all lost an actual year.
Dude, you're not lying. I mean, I've been working, but like, if in regard to like society, I keep communicating with people here, but it's just gone by, man.
It's conventions and all that sort of stuff. I totally miss all that sort of stuff, you know, and actually being able to have any sort of communication with people, you know, like face-to-face communication. You know, I love conventions. It's like I wouldn't sit there and sketch, you know, all day. What I do love is you go to a convention, sit behind a table and chat away to everybody, you know, and that's the fun bit for me, like, you know.
No, I mean, you get to talk to people, and
that's
the fun part. that's the fun part for me. That's why I like going to talk to artists.
Yeah.
And it's the other way around with you guys. And that's why I'm doing this show. This show, this one with the interviews, MINICON, is exactly why. The reasons that we just said why I do this.
Oh,
so that they can have, the subscribers can have a little bit of an experience, get a chance to ask you questions. And
see, that's the whole thing, isn't it? I mean, whenever people come to the table, you know, you kind of talking about random shit, you know, it's complete random stuff, you know, but it's like, you know, it's good. I think interactions it's good, you know, comic convention interactions and things, you know. I've seen a lot of people sitting there behind tables and all they do is just draw all day and they don't lift their head. They just basically draw and you'll maybe get the odd word out of them and stuff. And
I think it could have to do, I mean, I don't know, but I think it could have to do with, you know, some people are there to make a shitload of money and some people don't need to make that money and they want to like actually enjoy themselves. I've been to conventions that were dead where you have like Matt Rosenberg and David Mack and one that I was a couple years ago, David Mack and Zoo Orzo just walking and enjoying the convention.
Okay.
That they would love. But if it was, you know, even if it was busy, they would take the time and then they would go enjoy themselves. But yeah, there's a lot of, you know, artists that are really trying to get out there and make a lot of money. I see what you're saying, but at the same time, I think that maybe it's their level of comfort, you know. So many artists will go to, oh yeah, I'll sign. They don't want to say anything.
Yeah, I suppose it is different personalities in that.
Oh,
like, you know, I kind of
Jay Ferguson. I'm not sure if you know who he is.
Possibly. I'm terrible with names, so
he said that this is God level.
I'll give him a hello, and thank you very much. Thank you.
He did this.
Yeah. Oh shit! Yes. Oh, I saw that today. Very nice. Yeah, lovely work. Yeah, lovely. Yeah, I like doing that. I was questioning whether to do like the full alien's head, but then they wanted like a face-off type thing. So I like the like close-up stuff because then you can put a lot of detail in this stuff. You know, you know, it's like that. Like, I mean, you don't really see an awful lot of Spider-Man, but you don't really need to. You know, you just need.
No, you know,
see.
It's him.
Yeah.
And then you can look at all the little things, all the little fun things.
Yeah. I want to do more creepy ones like that, you know.
We talked about this before. I don't want to get too far into it, but your ability to draw people to certain areas, like the fear in his eye with the light, and it pulls you in.
Yeah.
Either I would think because this is so massive, you kind of see the whole thing, and then it pulls you into his eye. Is that type?
Yeah.
There's other things that you've done where you're instantly drawn to it, and then you go out.
Yes.
It's kind of like it's an art form in itself.
Of course. It's composition. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's actually telling a story through visual. What would you say?
Visual storytelling or something?
It's visual language. It's a visual language, you know, and this is what I hate when people say, oh, there's no rules in art. There's lots of rules in art, lots of them. You know, you're trying to, like color, you're trying to, what do you want to stand out in an image? So by using color, you can make certain things stand out. And red is a very, very important color because we see it like blood. You know, so we're like through generations, through evolution, we have learned to see red, like, and react to red quickly. Yeah, it's kind of so if we put red into an image, then a person's eye focuses on that red, and it can be even like a little dot certain places. Like, and when you look at that, you can see little cuts all over his arms and stuff, but everything else is blue, like a bluey green.
Yeah, you have that tone, yeah.
So you're trying to create contrast again, yeah? So you're always trying to put beside another or a color its complementary or opposite color, yeah? So that they contrast. So it's
I want to zoom in on this real quick. So
yeah.
I don't know how far I can zoom in. Did it zoom in a little?
Yeah, zoomed in. Yeah.
So I like how, like, you know, the piece is pretty big, but how you get down in there.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a painting, correct?
That was digital.
Okay, then
Mm-hmm.
that's because I was like, wow, that's pretty good. Because to get the detail of the expressions of their face,
But whenever I do things physically, I would work that detailed on physical stuff. You know, it's all about
but look
the
at
size,
the
wall.
you have. There's so much going on here.
Size of brushes used and the kind of the consistency of the paint. You know, if you can get the paint and not water it down, but put a medium into it that kind of, you know, like a flow enhancer or whatever, you can get real fine detail on stuff, you know. So yeah, I mean, that was telling a story there. You could see, like, I don't know, it's probably not visible, is it? Yeah, see the bottom of it, like the bed is lifting off the ground, but I don't think you can see it there. It's not. Oh yeah, there you go. So you can see it's like, then you look around and you see the crosses fell off the wall, but it's fell and it's upside down like a you know, thing cross, and the mother and father are sitting there and thinking, what do we do now? You know, and that kid is like, it's all contorting, fingers and toes and everything are all twisting around, and the head and the expression is confusing. Is it a smile, or is it like a, you know, sort of demented kind of thing, you know? So the other thing is, when you look in the doorway, it's very shadowy.
When you just said that, I looked and I got spooked out. I know I got a little spooked out because I saw it.
And when you see the size of him, it's like he's ducking underneath the door frame, and his hands are. I made his hands because what I always thought was really creepy was like seeing the old horror films. You see like a person's hand, and whenever they try and make them, you know, they put the prosthetics on the hand, like the finger, they make them really like long looking.
Nosferatu hand.
Yeah, like that sort of thing. So but they look fake. So I kind of try to do that with the hands here. I didn't want them looking too realistic looking. I wanted them kind of looking really, you know, bizarre looking, you know.
I like all the secrets and stuff, but what impresses me the most about almost anything is the expressions on the faces. Like, I think that's the talent. Every little thing tells a story. You're right. I mean, it's coming off the bed, the knots, the cuts, but there's something to me about feeling it. Yeah. And when I see the expressions and when they're so well done, it really puts you in that place at that time, which is to me is magical because I can't do it. So, you know, I mean, for others, I think for artists in general, I think that, you know, you're probably like, oh, this is just my job, you know. But you know, you're I don't know. Do you still like when you're trying expression, right? Or you're trying to see something when you've done it, right? Are you like, yes?
No.
Like, see that's the thing. Like that's the disconnect between someone that does it all the time. Yeah. It's like second nature to you. And
it's not. Well, it's not really. It's kind of. I almost hate everything that I do.
That's the thing. Jay was saying the same thing. I'm like, this is awesome. He's like, I don't really like it. Like, it's the same thing with almost every artist I talk to. Yeah, so damn critical.
Have to think of it this way, right? When you're creating art a lot of the time is about detail. So it's observing detail, and it's also about correcting mistakes. So you draw, and then you draw more and draw more, and you've a pile of art that's rubbish like that before it starts getting any better. You know, it's slowly evolving. It's growing like a tree. It's really slow. You know, the progress is really, really slow. And the thing is, you have to keep looking for the mistakes to fix them. Yeah, you can't blind. If you're blind and just draw, it's questionable whether you'll get better. You have to be the person, a type of person that looks at things and says, that's wrong, I need to fix it. The problem with that is
I can tell you.
You look at everything that way.
Yeah. Oh, even regular people, or
you look at everything that way.
Like you
look
see
at
like some comics right there behind me, and you're like, do you need to put those away?
Oh, well, it's not. No. It wouldn't be. It's not always you look at other people's art. It's almost you're hypercritical of everything that you do. Do you know what I mean? Whether it would be art, whether it be whatever, because it's not that you have a certain type of brain for art. It's your brain works in that way with everything you do. You kind of over criticize things constantly in your head. I should have did this. I should have did that. I could have did this better. I could have did that better. And it kind of haunts you, the art thing. Well,
it's got to really drive you nuts because of your timelines.
Mm-hmm.
You have like 3 days or a week or 2 weeks to do something, and
if you're lucky,
you're like, it's not done, but I have to give it to you.
That's it. And the problem with that is that then it goes to print, and it's printed whatever 1,000 amounts of times, and then you see it all over the place, and you're like,
your problem, only your problem.
Yeah.
So have you thought about, is there such a thing as I don't think you would need a specific, but as like an art therapist?
But see, that's the whole thing. If you take away the bad parts, it'll affect the good parts.
Yeah, it'll affect your style. It'll affect you completely.
So if I suddenly then took a tablet that said, you will not be overly critical of your own work anymore, then you'll say, oh, that's brilliant. And then you'll go, oh, that'll do. This is satisfactory. And then you're not striving. Do you know what I mean? I think people who strive for stuff, a lot of the time in their own mind, they say to themselves, I am not content with where I am at this moment. And the problem is you're not just how you look at art, it's your mindset generally. It's everybody's brain sort of built, differently, and the kind of, some people can do a 9-to-5 job, switch off, come back, go back home, have a couple of drinks and relax and do it, do a job where they're like putting things on shelves all day, all night. And it's the one person that would be like, this is utterly monotonous. I could not do it. Other people say it's just a job. It gives me money. Blah, 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 so you have these different, personality traits and stuff. And I think, as they say a lot of the time, troubled or something artists. What is the saying? Like, troubled artists or whatever, is it? Or, artists are like stressed out, kind of troubled people sort of thing.
Yeah.
And I think it's because of that. It's like you're producing art. The idea you have in your mind is never what, goes onto the page. It's not what you end up with. So that in itself is a thing that will help you strive for the next thing. But it's more to do with the fact that this is an interesting thing, because it's to do with, it's the same as the principle of like martial arts and stuff. When they say like do, like karate do or judo or aikido or whatever. Do means mechi, which means the road or the journey. So it's more about not getting to a place, but going to a place and what you're learning on the process of getting there, because you may never get there.
Yeah, I understand the constant journey, and I don't want to make this sound super negative, but it's almost like, even though you're having all these achievements, they're all failures to you.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah,
that's true. That's a horrible thing to think about. Like,
yeah,
even though someone like myself will look at something and go, wow, right? You're still something, you'll forget about it, and you'll be walking down the street and you'll see it. And you'll be like, damn it.
Yep. That's it. That's totally it. Until sometimes whenever I would, something's maybe 2 years old or something like that, and I have enough distance from that piece of art that I can actually look at that as if somebody else painted it. Yeah. So it's like,
I understand what you're saying. Yeah, so the growth of an artist. Yeah.
Yeah. So if it's a bit of a distance in the past, then it's easier for me to look at it, objectively and kind of, truly kind of analyze it. But when I've just did a cover, when I've just finished it, I go through a stage of, even in that day, of going, I think that's finished. I'm happy with that. 2 hours later, looking at it and going, oh my God, that looks terrible. I need to work at this more.
I hear this over and over and over.
Yeah.
It's a whole obsessive compulsive. It's a disorder.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the whole thing, isn't it? About, the label of things. Whenever people say disorder, it sounds like it's something, there's something wrong there, right? But isn't it the DSM or something?
It drives you to perfection, though. That's the thing.
I think it's not a disorder because they've started labeling things differently now. I think that it's more of a way, just another mindset, another way that your brain works, and kind of, as we were saying before, if you take away those negative points, the positives that go with those negatives are gone. It's, like a hammer.
I understand what you're saying.
You can use a hammer for good or bad. You can hammer a nail in, or you could hit somebody in the head with it. It's a tool. It's how you use that tool. And your brain being super focused on detail and super focused on observing when things go right or wrong or whatever, over extremely analyzing stuff. You can say, if you directed that to the right direction, that can make you a lot of money.
Well, that's the thing. Like people that are driven, or that have this super drive for perfection, are usually the creators and the people that they don't stop until they get there. Like, and of course they never achieve perfection, but
of course,
they're the ones that are always pushing to that next level. Like, I'm very OCD with things, and to the point where it's torturous, which is like what we're talking about. But when you go to, I can't apply it to creation, though. I have ideas that I'm trying to get to compulsively.
Yeah.
But to be able to put it on a piece of paper is a different thing.
Yeah, but it's again, like,
it's definitely a positive.
Can you speak fluid French?
No.
Do you know what I mean? So it's all that is again a skill, something that you spend a lot of time on. If you decide to yourself, I want to be an astronaut, or I want to be an artist. Okay, we'll say the artist thing. If you want to be an artist, then you have to say, right, I'm going to have to sacrifice a lot of other things to do that, because I can't be
Oh, we lost him. Hang on. Hang on one sec. When I talk to Ryan, this shit gets deep every time. But I think it's so interesting to look inside their minds, as look at our own minds as well while we're doing that. We all have our thingies. Let's see if we can get them back. I could put this on. This is made for this. That's pretty good, actually. His internet must have went down. Would that be weird if he was still talking? Oh, guys. Well, during this commercial break, I sold out a half of the slab boxes. You guys, pick one up. I want to do the giveaways. Half of them are out. I got to go to UPS in a minute. There he is. There you go. You look like a mask now. It's so dark I can't even see.
I don't know what happened there.
Hey, it
just disappeared.
It's okay. So dark.
Can you see me at all?
Yeah. You have to be really close, though.
Right, hold on. It's a bit like the Blair Witch Project.
Got to get you a little light, man.
I know. As I was saying to you before, we bought the house and we can't afford lights. Is that brighter?
You know as well as I do, you could turn a light on in there.
I know, but then I was on another podcast and they said it turned into like an orange or something. Oh, or God. A custard color. I'm gonna try and put some light on here. What about that?
Oh,
is that better?
Right. Whoa, there's somebody here, guys. Ryan Brown, everybody. Well,
is that better?
We always get deep into the obsessive compulsive talk. Let's talk about
comics.
I don't know. Yeah, let's talk about this because we've been on for a while, and I could talk to you for a long time. But anybody got any questions for Sir Brown? Look, this is the actual Dracula. The actual Dracula is here.
Hello, the actual Dracula. Yeah, I was on the actual Dracula's podcast, like I don't know, a load of weeks ago. There,
the thing that we were looking at.
That's the actual Dracula. Yeah.
Is that on? Is that on YouTube?
Yes.
I'll have to check it out.
Yes. Yeah. So comic stuff. Yeah, did a load of stuff at the minute. I did a Hulk cover. I haven't. It's not out yet. So,
dude, can we talk about what book it's going to be on?
No.
Is it an exclusive? Is it an exclusive?
It's a variant. Yeah.
Okay, I can find this. I already know now. It's going to be on the new Immortal Hulk, I bet, or the new Hulk. I'm sure.
I don't know. That's all I can say.
Let me see if I can find it.
I don't know whether you'll be able to yet. I don't think you will. You're gonna take a long time, and you're not gonna be able to find it. I don't think.
I won't take that long. Oh, wait, I see it. Okay.
Do you see it?
Hulk. Oh, one says artist. I'm guessing that's you. They always do that.
Oh, okay.
Hulk 1, my guess. There's a Bianchi, Adams, Momoko, Otley, Jurgens, and then one says artist variant.
Oh.
And I bet it was you. That's my guess. Okay, Ryan, what was your first big break from Michael McComb?
Complicated. First thing I ever did was whenever I was originally, I used to work in a martial arts shop, right? And it shut down. And
so you guys, he's a ninja. I just want to let you know, we don't talk about it.
I used to work at a martial arts shop and it shut. So I tried to get jobs all over the place. I couldn't get a job anywhere. Okay. And I was literally forced into working in comics. It's kind of, that's bizarre. But what happened was, actually before that, it was like an extra on Game of Thrones. And
no, shut up.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Do you have it? Do you know what? Can you see yourself?
I don't know, but it's the Battle of Blackwater. You know, it was like series 10, episode 10, or
there's like 100 people all over the place.
Oh, thousands of them all run. It was great, absolutely great.
You never found yourself.
I don't know whether you can see me. I don't think, but it was amazing, absolutely amazing. So a great experience. Did it for a week, and loads of stories about that. But I'll not get into those now because this could turn into like a 3-hour conversation. But so what happened was Simon Bisley was doing stuff for Legendary Entertainment called The Tar Chronicles. So he asked me, did I want to color his stuff? So I thought, great, I'll do that. Right. So I think we did about 2,500 pages or something. Like,
oh my God.
Like for the Tar Chronicles, it was like so many graphic novels or whatever. And then after that, God, I can't remember. I would say my first cover that I ever did was probably about 6 years ago, I think. And it was the stuff for IDW. It was V Wars. Let me think. I can't remember whether I did 2000 AD stuff. No, it was after that. 2000 AD was after that. But I was doing covers before with Greg Stables for IDW for Judge Dredd Year 1, I think it was. He was doing the line art. I was doing the kind of coloring over it and stuff. But the big breaks and stuff, I went to San Diego a couple of times to show my portfolio around. I think the first time I was actually like, I showed it about, and like everybody that I showed it was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And here's my card, and contact me after the convention and we'll get you jobs for this and that and whatever. And I contacted everybody and nobody replied. So it was good. The convention was good. It was interesting to kind of, go and things, but it's different for everybody. Some people go there, get a load of jobs. Some people go, don't get no jobs. People's breaks are completely different. How they get in. Mine, I just keep bashing at it. I kept bashing at comics to kind of try and get my goal was like to try and get covers for Marvel or DC. It was never really to do interior work because I kind of like the idea where you do a cover and then you move on to another cover and it's a different character or whatever. And I hate the idea myself of, you draw like a panel and Batman's talking to somebody and then he's talking to somebody else and then he's from this angle and then it's this and it's a whole page of like people talking to each other. And then by 22 pages, like you're like ripping your own hair out, it's, I love the idea. You do an image, right? It's like a pin-up image, bang, move to the next whatever, and everything's fresh and great. And you're not committed then, you know what I mean? It's like,
that's a big commitment when you're doing internals.
So yeah, big breaks and stuff, and like different people helped me through my very short career really with comics and stuff. But a bit of help, totally persistent, and constantly working on your stuff to try and make it as good as you can. Being professional, being nice to everybody, and social media, because that's one of the things. If like they say in Marvel and DC, they will see you, they'll find you, so they have to see your portfolio really online. They need to see that there's a bit of interest in it, in your work and stuff, and they'll sort of go and contact you. That's sort of what happened really. It's because I mean I hear a lot of people send emails to editors. It's unsolicited emails and stuff, and I would sort of say that's probably not the best way of going about it, because a lot of editors will just ignore the unsolicited stuff. If you meet an editor at a convention, show them if they have time, try and show them your work and do it that way, really, or again, the social media stuff, but it's tough because, everybody has a different way of getting into comics, really. But you have to think, right? Comics are, it's a business, so they have to. If you're producing art, they need your art to help sell that product, really. So they want to see that people are interested in what you're doing already. Yeah.
Preston asked, what piece of art took you the longest to complete?
Oh God, I've no idea, because usually I sort of leave myself about a week to do a piece of art or a cover or whatever. Usually it will, I spend maybe 4 or 5 days sort of working on it. The other time is maybe getting reference photographs or, information off the web, basically like, characters and of their outfits and stuff, and getting enough information together that I know what I'm kind of drawing, really. Yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, I think generally the fastest I've ever produced a piece of art is maybe about 3 days or something along those lines. Unless there were sketches. Some of the sketches that I've got on my Instagram maybe were about 4 hours or something, the head sketches and stuff, the acrylic, But yeah.
Eddie wants to know if you knew your Venom covers on the Lego Venom head box.
Oh, is it? Oh, send me that. Let me see it.
Send it to him on Instagram, Eddie.
Yeah. Interesting. See, a lot of the stuff you do, it kind of gets used again, in different places and different stuff, but I lose track of, it's like in a year, I maybe do about 40 covers or something. And so like, yeah, it's piling up. I can't keep track of where, what they're being used for, but it's good because I'm happy that they're using the stuff over and over again.
I saw the Morbius on a video game, I think, or something.
Yeah, they seem to use that a lot. It's been like prints and on T-shirts and stuff and various things. So yeah, it's good because like in the world we live in, a cover is used and then it's like, wow, here's the cover, and then bang, it's on to the next thing. What it's like, if you show a cover, it gets about a day's worth of interest, and then it's, what's the next one sort of thing. Whenever you spent so much time working on it, they're almost throwaway, which is a bit sad, So it's good when they've got a bit more life, they live on, through other bits and pieces. So,
yeah, I was asking you about how, like, if you get paid for those additional things, but fortunately you don't.
Depends companies, depends on situations.
You put something in your contract where you get like 1% or something every time. Or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think cover artists. I think people that get royalties are usually internal artists and writers and stuff. But here's the thing, we can sell our art. We can, there's ways of making money, So it's not like we're, well, I mean, you're not. It's always good to make more money, but I'm not complaining.
So do you have any secret? Did you design it? Because you've been building this house for feels like 2 years now. Did you design any secret
trapdoors?
Yeah, like secret things.
No, it wasn't even that like it wasn't. We weren't designed. We bought the house, and then there was stuff we wanted to change in it, but it was like kitchens change, so there was like beams put into different places and extra doors put onto the outside of the house and stuff like that, and kind of, but nothing crazy like big slide or water chutes or like secret hidden underground layers or something,
I thought you were like really going crazy on your design. Let me see here.
What's that? It sounded important.
So here's the pic. Oh yeah, okay, here we go. Ready?
Oh, yeah, that's good. Excellent.
It looks most like that, actually.
Yeah.
Actually, that's probably designed off your picture.
Yeah, could be.
That is designed off your painting.
Yeah, it could be. Mm-hmm.
How dare they?
Oh well, it's good. I'm happy.
Yeah,
I'm happy.
all the kids are gonna see it now, and then they're gonna want Ryan Brown stuff.
They'll say, like, I remember being at a convention, and a kid walked past my table and read out my name, said Ryan Brown, and as he was walking past, he just said, "Who's Ryan Brown anyway?" And then all these little tears started coming out of my eye. I had to turn around and say, "Oh, a fly must have got in or something."
I was he real little.
He was like a wee kid, like at about 8 or something. Yeah. He just wasn't impressed. He wasn't impressed by it.
Oh, I don't believe that. Any type of cover art you will never do. I mean, I'm sure there's restrictions you have to follow right now, but
yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, okay. Well, I don't know. I mean, it's obviously like family friendly stuff, but I do also like horror stuff, and I love all the Lady Death stuff. So, you know, I don't know. I mean, what do you mean? Kind of like X-rated stuff? Or
well, I guess that's the only place you could really go with it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
kind of jeopardize your positioning right now.
It's just, yeah, it's not my sort of thing anyway. Really, you know, it's like
not that we know.
Well, not that you know, yeah.
I heard about the secret room you designed.
What secret room?
The dungeon.
Who's telling stories?
Where you collect bones. You collect bones that get wasted.
That's it. No, but I kind of like everything. I love, like, I did GoBots covers. I did Gears of War covers. I did Mars Attacks covers, Ninja Turtle covers. God, I don't know. Mountains of things.
Okay, so is there a type of art that you would like to do that does nothing to do with comics? Like something that you've always wanted to try to do, like maybe like a very famous artist from 1,000 years ago did, or
not really, because the thing about it is I kind of like. I'll show you this one here,
like a giant wall of war. You know what I mean, or something.
Like, see that, right?
Yeah,
stuff like that sort of is like my kind of interpretation of an old painting, in a sense. You know, it's got lost edges. Okay, lost edges are going into the background. You know, blurring out like the kind of
dimension. Creates a dimension.
Well, it's like old portrait painters are old, like the old painters of olden times. You know, there was a dark background, and the figure is almost coming out of the darkness, and with, you know, the edges of it are bleeding into the background in a sense. So what I do is I kind of look at a lot of the old masters, and you know, I kind of get just a bit of a feel for what they're doing, in a sense, not overly kind of taken from them, obviously, but just sort of looking at it and saying, you know, it's a bit of inspiration again, isn't it? You know, and
the manipulation of light.
Yeah, of course.
That's like kind of like your. Like if you had it, you would do something similar to that, something with that type of use of light and color.
Here's the thing, but here's the thing. You're kind of, you know, if I look and see a piece of art that I like, I will take that into my next cover or whatever. You know, I'll take that into like a Marvel or a DC or whatever, you know, cover and try and put some of those elements in. The only thing that just sort of puts me off sometimes working with the bigger companies is sometimes there's a bit too much editorial on your cover that sort of changes it from what you sort of saw it to be at the beginning. Do you know what I mean? So whenever you've got a couple of different cooks coming in and everything's sort of, let's change this, let's change that, it sort of it loses a bit of power, and that's one of the only things that kind of.
Do you have to change your covers a lot?
It depends. Some editors want a lot of changes, others not at all, and some companies, I've worked for big companies, like 20th Century Fox and stuff, and they'll just let you go and do whatever you want to do. They'll just leave you to it. And other companies you'll go to and they'll be like,
is it more of a family friendly thing? Is that the thing? Like, we're not saying any names, but how some companies are connected to, children's stuff and like, it's got to be.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't want to bring it up.
Yeah, sometimes, but it can be sometimes. You've got a company where there's a guy who's like, this is their art director or something, and can we move this around? Can we do this? Can we,
kind of hard to do that when you're painting.
Yeah. You have to then, if you're doing it digitally, that's easier, obviously.
Yeah.
But sometimes when changes are needed, I do the original piece of art and then change it digitally. It's kind of the quickest way of doing the thing. It's kind of annoying sometimes, but obviously other cases it's necessary. But there has been in the past. There's been times whenever I've worked with company or whatever where there's been somebody who's said oh, can we move this, can we do that, what about this being up here, what about this being here, and I kind of thought it's they're well, in my opinion, it was they're paying me to produce a piece of art, but
exactly what they want.
By doing that, you almost feel like just an arm, it's like they're doing the piece of art and I'm just moving things around a bit, and it's I'm not as enthusiastic.
An artist is a creator, not an artist creates what they visualize, and when they're told by someone else, I have this idea, can you, because I can't create it, can you create it? And then you do, and then they're like, oh, this is my idea. It's very difficult, the relationship between someone that commissions a piece and the artist in general. So I understand that. It can get frustrating. We're going way over time, but I want to ask you, in a dream situation, do you think, I'm going to propose a question to you, and would this be your ideal situation? If someone said, I want you to do whatever you want, right? And you have as much time as you want, and how much is that going to cost, type of thing, and you say, yeah, the complete 100% ability to showcase your work again, and have time, the possibility where you might be able to finish a piece and go, oh my God, it's done. There's not something wrong. Do you think it's possible for yourself, I guess, mentally, to, with enough time given, to achieve that perfect piece where you don't look back later and go, damn it?
I don't think so.
Damn it. I want to be able to offer someone that, but it's like impossible.
I don't think so. Because I think what would happen is you'd start drawing the thing, and the more time you have, you're going to alter things, and you're going to end up, you're not going to be happy anyway. I think here's an interesting thing. A lot of people like their sketches more than they like the finished, piece of art. And a lot of the time it's because there is just the bare minimum information in there to leave the other part to your imagination, so you can imagine what it's going to look like at the end. Do you know what I mean? And also that there's that original, that spark of excitement of, you know, the looseness of a sketch in the way that it's telling the story without all the awkwardness of the final details. Do you know what I mean? That sometimes can kill an image and make it too stiff looking. Yeah. And it's like when you see like Rembrandt stuff, you know, like he did a portrait of himself, and like when he was older, and it was quite blurred out. That blur is to give like life to things, because when things move, they're not solid, sharp lines. So it's like with movement, it's blurred. If you see my hand, it's, you know, so the blur gives life to things. Yeah. So the more detail you add to things, it can kill things sometimes, you know. It's easier to make an image look stiff through adding too much detail. And that's one of the problems. And overthinking things is a problem. That's why a lot of artists will, you know, watch something they've watched over and over again, like 100 times. They'll watch the same film over and over again, and it's just enough to take their attention away from their art, so that their mind is not saying, you've got this wrong, you've got that wrong, you've got this wrong, so that you get to the end of a piece of art. So in reality, deadlines are not fun, they're not enjoyable, but they are serving a purpose in the way that they're getting you to the end of a piece of art. It may not be something that you would say, this is my best image, but you're getting them done, which is probably more, you know, I can say that definitely if I wasn't doing covers, I would have produced way, way, way less art. You know, because I'd be sitting there going, oh, that's wrong, that's wrong. I don't want to show anybody this piece of art because it's wrong, looks terrible. Yeah. So they're all, you know, there's a purpose in it all, you know, and whether you, even if you hate the deadlines, it's doing something for you. You know, it's productive, you know. So
I get what you're saying about like just the initial pencils, but like you with the color and stuff, you bring so much things to life. And I also understand what you're
but I
saying
said
about
sketch.
Oh,
so a sketch, like you can digitally sketch something, you know, and then if you digitally sketch it, you're adding color to it, light and dark, and you know, a bit of line and stuff to it, and that's giving you a bit of a blurry impression of what that end sort of image is going to look like.
I think it'd be interesting if people saw your original. Like I've seen them, and I'm telling you, it's absolutely insane. Like it looked. Don't take this personally.
No.
Okay, please don't. It looked like a 4-year-old did something and didn't even know. You don't even know what it is. And then the final piece is amazing. Do you have any example that you could show? Or would
you
not...
had that other one that was on my Instagram, the one that the Deadpool one. That was the sketch.
Oh no, I'm talking beyond that.
Oh right.
Oh, I
don't show my. Yeah, I don't show the blobs to people because it's only really, you know what I do? I think
that'd be so interesting if you showed the blob. I think this well, you know where I'm going. This is kind of my mindset right now. But if you show the blob, that's the beginning. And then at the end, you show the end, and people are like, holy shit. That to me, that's amazing. Like
yes. Yeah.
Because I could do the blob.
Yeah, you can do that.
I can do that. I just can't turn it into a piece.
See, in that kind of thing, what I'm doing is I'm not worrying about anatomy or anything. All I'm trying to do is create like a silhouette of where the character is going to be, and the kind of color and the light and dark, the contrasts and stuff, you know. So it doesn't matter about detail or anything. It's like, or whether a face is really, you know, it's just like it's like get a silhouette in there.
Yeah.
Because you want that image to read from a distance.
Yeah, so you get it all down on what size you want it, just this weird image. And then when you're like, okay, that's good, then you start to detail it.
Yeah.
But that original color, that's on the bottom of the painting.
Yeah, that's the first stage.
They're all very
well, I mean, it really depends on what way I work it, so it's like I'll detail things out, sometimes I'll pencil things out and stuff or whatever, and a lot of times I'll then take that, photocopy that, like a line thing, and stick it to board and then paint over that, so it really depends. It depends. I mean, sometimes I just paint onto a page, straight or whatever. It depends what it is. If it's something that has to have like a lot of like there's really powerful light on it, you have to plan it out, because the paint, if you're putting like dark paint on, you can't really put light paint on top of dark and get those glowing colors. It's not as easy, it causes more problems. So you're really better putting the light on first, then put the dark on afterwards, sort of, so.
Connie wants to know how you choose what to draw for your cover. Mostly directed most of the time, right?
Well, no, not all the time. No, sometimes people or editors will have an idea. They'll say, "Oh, we want like Spider-Man doing whatever," or "we want like the Hulk, blah blah," or they'll just say, just come up with a cool idea or whatever. And if it's like the Hulk, what I'll do is I want to, you try and like Simon Bisley, Simon Bisley, he kind of, I like, he's a friend of mine. He's helped me a lot, I would chat away to him a lot. Well, not recently, but we would chat away about art and things. And he said, which is a totally true thing, everything in an image needs to tell the story. So it shouldn't be there for any other reason than telling the story. So you have to think to yourself, right? So if the Hulk, right, if you're doing an image of the Hulk, you're not really, unless you don't really want to show him like, looking down on his head, let's see what we've got. Here's all my reference stuff, right? So you don't want to show the Hulk like that. Do you know what I mean? Unless you wanted to show him like really small, but you kind of want to show him like that, don't you? It's like, he's like, you want to show him like that, there, don't you? Like this, look, see?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, because look, he's like filling the page, isn't he? He's filling the page, but he's gigantic. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And it's like, so when you look at something, when you're looking at somebody and you're upshotting them, do you know what I mean? Upshotting the thing, it looks like you're standing low and looking upwards. And if you can fill the page with the Hulk, right?
Yeah.
If you could fill a page with the Hulk like this in some way, whatever way you can do, if it's a whatever like that, then that's showing like the power of the Hulk. It's like, look how gigantic he is. He's so big you can't fit him all into the shot. And do you know the way, like in the new Star Trek films, you see the Enterprise and it's flying, but it's like jittering because they're trying to get it in shot because it's so fast, and it's given that impression that you're really trying to follow this spaceship in space, with your camera or something. I
really liked that movie a lot, man.
Yeah.
Well, that remake of it.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, it's so good.
So what I do is I use a lot of that stuff. So it's like, if I've got me in there, like there's bits of me out of the shot and a bit of a hand in it, like creating depth, but also not this. I feel it's boring if it's like this, where you can see everything. It's more exciting if it's like that. Do you know what I mean?
Of course.
Where you're like, some of it's going out of the scene. It's almost like you've turned around and like just see the scene happening. You know, it's not. It's like so big. It's not even in all your view. Some
it's
of it's
alive. It's action. It's
and like I think for a long time there was that kind of the character has to be all in that image. You know, the character has to be in there like this, where you see it all. You know, I don't like that. You know, I don't like it. I just kind of think a lot of the time when it's done like that, it can be a wee bit boring. So I try and, you know, put them, you know, so that they're like, you know, breaking the 2 dimension of the image or of the page. Yeah. So that you're creating depth. You know, that's kind of, and also that they're going outside the scene as well. So
well, yeah, that's see what that's why your art's so appealing is because well, and why you're in high demand is because when someone sees it, they imagine things, and that's the secret to this whole thing.
Yep,
is imagination. Like you're creating, like you said, you know, you know, here's my handy fit, but I'm back here, like, you're creating something where your mind, someone else's mind, can close their eyes and say, "Oh my God, I just saw him doing this" or whatever, and it creates life. That's the magic of art. That is the absolute magic. And what a better place than to put it on a comic book where it's made for that, you know.
See, that's the whole thing again, isn't it? It's like if you spell everything out to the viewer, there's nothing for them to do. You can't keep their attention. Yeah, you need to engage them enough, but leave gaps so that they have to interpret. Okay, so they have to be able to. There has to be enough space for them to interpret the piece of art. If it's all there, if it's there and showing everything and making it dead obvious for everybody,
it's not gratifying.
You know what it is? It's porn.
You're right.
You know, because what it is you look at it that length of time, you see it, you're happy with it, and then you move on. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
and
it's just like life. Since we were born, you see a toy, you play with it, you throw it, you move on to the next toy, or you're constantly learning and trying different things and getting bored with it. It's the same with art. If you can't capture someone's imagination for a sec, I mean, there's plenty of covers. I did a video called the Not Something, like where it was like I showed all the books that the forgotten. And I probably won't do it again because I felt kind of bad when I was done. But I was showing how there's like 100 books out there that no one even remembers. Where either it be the story's not good or the covers weren't appealing. The trick of the whole thing is drawing you in. Well, essentially, the first thing is the cover is drawing you in. That's the thing that gets you in.
Totally.
So I mean, and you're a master at that. So the point is, like, long story short, these companies are using you because you're a master at pulling them in to want to buy the book. They want to see what's inside, even though you're not doing the internals. The initial image is what grabs somebody. And of course, you have your readers too. But
it's doing a job, isn't it? I mean, the cover, it's the whole thing, the whole package has to kind of, it is a team thing, isn't it? Obviously, you know, you've got like a cover artist, then interior artist, and then you've got a story, you know, thing, and then you've got letters, colorists, you've got all the graphic design people and stuff, and you know, it's like so much work goes into one issue. It's crazy, and it's sad because a lot of them disappear. They do disappear, and like, you know, and the amount of work that goes in there, then, you know, it's just gone. You know?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you know, people buy. There's so much that goes into it. You're right, and it's printed and it's over with, and then it's backstocked.
Yeah,
you know, then I put it away. There's certain things though that last. Forever. I mean. I could say Hulk 340 or, you know, I don't. Do you know what cover that is?
No. I would know if you showed me.
The image with Wolverine and you could see Hulk's reflection on Wolverine's blades.
Oh yes,
The McFarlane cover, or Amazing Spider-Man 300. Right? It's just those certain images that never disappear.
Yes.
A lot, Anyway, we could keep talking all night long, and I know it's late there, and I have stuff I have to go do.
Yeah, no problem.
I got to go to UPS, but thank you for staying so long. And
no problem. We eventually got chatting about comics.
Yeah, we started to talk about comics, which is good.
That's it. I know.
There's like art more.
Yeah, I've got so much work to do and so much that has been done that hasn't came out yet. So like there's lots and lots of covers, various bits and pieces and stuff, and I'll be like updating all my Instagram, as the things come out or whatever. I have to start getting back into my competitions as well for my Facebook and everything, because usually do giveaways and things there, but just for a bit of fun, and so life is slowly coming back to a bit of normality, and it's kind of good to be creating more stuff as well, because it's like when I was working, when we were doing all this house stuff and moving and everything, it was frustrating because I was looking and watching everything go past, everybody else creating covers and things, and I was just getting really frustrated and thought, I really want to get back into that, but I'm sort of back into it now and wishing I wasn't. No,
never cycle of torture.
I know that's exactly it. It is. It's true. But the thing is, I love complaining about stuff anyway. So it's
sure.
like I just love complaining when there's too much work, or there's like no work or whatever. It's like it's just never the perfect balance, is it?
Well, again, I appreciate it, man. And,
no problem.
We'll talk again soon. I'm really happy to have you back for a while.
Yeah.
And I'll hit you up later. Thanks, everyone, for coming and watching, and everyone that watches it on the rewind. Well,
Oh, wait a minute.
What is the deal with the package on him? It's over. It's a little bit. Oh.
Goodbye.
All right, you guys.
Oh, wait a minute. I'll need to I've got other ones as well.
Oh, shit.
See, I draw outfits on them, see? So that I can see, like that was Captain Marvel. So that I can see in 3 dimensions.
That's a good one because you can see like their structure underneath on the other side.
Yeah. I've got a load of this stuff.
Is that stuff you would buy at an art store?
Yeah. I've got like all this stuff here. See?
Damn it. I think we did so good. And now this thing's gonna be unmonetized. Like it's over. I should have just come on, man. Thanks so much. Oh, son of a bitch. All right, we're out of here. I'm gonna do the end screen. Thank you, Ryan.
Goodbye, everybody.
The so-called normal guys who always let you down. Sickos never scare me. At least they're committed.